Hey Toy Addicts, welcome to Overhaul. This is a little segment I'm going to do where I'm going to share what I bought and then what I actually ended up selling it for on eBay or Etsy. So this is more for interest of a reseller or someone who's interested in what things actually sold for. If you want to see the original video of this, I'll put a link in the top corner. You can click on that and go to this original video. So this first item up here, this is a Glamour Gals doll made by Kenner in the 80s. And this doll line wasn't super popular, so they are still a little bit hard to find. I sold this one for $12. I believe I paid 50 cents for it. So that's a pretty good return. And the loose ones don't sell for a whole lot. But if you get like a lot of them together, they do pretty well. This is a Star Trek communicator. Now this is something that was made, I want to say like in the 90s possibly. And this is a little keychain that's a replica of the communicator. I sold this, I had it for $15. I took an offer and sold it for $14. I paid $1 for it. This is Jack Pumpkinhead and Sawhorse from The Wizard of Oz. Now this is from the books, not the movie, and it's made by Wade Pottery. And some Wade pieces can go for pretty good money. There was a lot of Wade stuff at this sale. Unfortunately, I wasn't one of the first people in the door, so I didn't get a lot of it, but I found that one off to the side, and he sold for $25. And this is a souvenir that you could buy at Disneyland. When they stopped having the Main Street Electrical Parade in the 90s, they sold all of the bulbs individually. You could buy them at the gift shops in Disneyland. And I've had probably 3 or 4 of these, and I've sold them between $10 to $20. This one actually sold for $15, so right there in the middle. So these are usually good pickups. This is a fun bag of like little toys and groceries and stuff, and I'll usually pick up little stuff like this, some of it for my own collection, but also if there's like Barbie stuff in it, I like to just kind of make a bag of Barbie stuff, and then when I get a chance I'll go and I'll lot it up in similar lots and sell it. But this item right here is actually by Galoob, and it's a wind-up working sewing machine. You can kind of see that the needle moves. And I sold that for $8. But Barbie accessories and stuff can do pretty well too, especially in little lots. And I bought the rest of this stuff to keep because who doesn't need a teeny tiny bottle of Pepto-Bismol, right? Here's some more Wade things. Now these are called Whimsies, and they're actually giveaways in a certain kind of tea that you can buy. And they've been doing that for decades, I think. So there's a lot of these out there. Mostly they're not worth anything, but these ones are unicorns. So I thought they were a little more unusual, and I grabbed the bag. I bought a bag of like, I don't know, 5 or 6 of them for, I think I ended up paying $2 for the bag. And there, 2 of the unicorns were good and intact. The rest of them, the horns were broken. But the 2 together that were intact, I sold for $22. And then the ones with the broken horns, I just lotted those together. And I sold those, I think, for maybe $5 or $6. So they still sold. I still made good money on the bag. But for the most part, the tiny little Wade figures don't really go for that much unless there's something special. But the unicorns had the gold and stuff on them, so I thought they'd be neat. This was a big bag of vintage, like 50s Mr. Potato Head. This was a pretty neat bag of stuff. And I've sold a lot of vintage Mr. Potato Head before, and so I really thought this was going to be a home run. And it didn't really end up being a home run. I think I paid $8 for the bag, and I sold it for $20. So it wasn't great, even though they were all in really good shape and stuff, and it was other characters, the cucumber and stuff too, but I guess those really aren't that hot right now. You can still find a lot of this Mr. Potato Head stuff. For whatever reason, people have saved it. I've bought quite a bit of it in the past, and I've made pretty good money on it, but this one just did not do that well. And this was a little bag that they had saved for me on the side of some neat little stuff. The first thing here, that's another Wade item. That was a Peter Pan. Not a Disney Peter Pan, just a Peter Pan in general, I guess. And that one I sold for $25. He did stick around for a long time though, for some reason. This little pin is a Mr. Peanut pin. And I got him for 50 cents, and I thought, oh, well, I won't sell him for too much. But it actually said Lisa Frank on the back. And so when I listed him for $10, I mentioned that it said Lisa Frank on the back, and I didn't find another one like it. And it sold like within 2 minutes of the listing. So I'm thinking that I listed it for too low. This Kermit the Frog watch, I just thought was pretty cute. I was thinking about keeping it or giving it to my mom because she likes Muppets a lot, but I did end up selling it for $7. And then this wallpaper border I thought was so neat. It's probably from the 50s. It's got Mickey and Minnie and a bunch of kid-aged Mickey and Minnie. It's really unusual. I haven't found any other comps on eBay or anything for it. So I still have it. I haven't listed it yet. I think I'm going to probably put it on auction because I think it might be something that's really rare and unusual, but I don't know. I'm not really sure. So I guess we'll still see how that goes. It's still kind of sitting in a box somewhere because I put it aside wanting to maybe put it on auction or do some more research, and I just haven't gotten around to it yet. But isn't that cute? I'm assuming maybe they're like nieces and nephews, kind of like Donald's got nephews, but because they're not married, so they don't have kids, right? Mickey and Minnie? I don't know. But I just thought it was really cute. It's not in the best condition, but still maybe something pretty rare. This is a Madame Alexander doll. And a lot of Madame Alexander dolls don't really sell for that much. But some of them do. And I just have come across a few that have done pretty well. Now, this one is an Egyptian doll. She's got her little sarcophagus, which I love that the little gold face looks like a Madame Alexander doll. I bought this for $8 and I sold it for $38. So that was a pretty good pickup. And then this Wizard of Oz, it's like a jewelry box purse thing. It was still in the box. I paid $1 for it and I sold it for $20. Wizard of Oz stuff, it's at least worth looking up. There's so much of it that there's a lot of stuff that isn't worth anything, but there's a lot of stuff that is. So some stuff, you give it a shot, look it up and see what you can find on it. This one I thought was pretty neat. It had the ruby slippers and everything. I didn't get a chance to look it up because I was at this estate sale, but for $1 I just grabbed it and I knew someone would buy it for more than $1. Next up we have an American Girl. I just saw this at a sale and it's an American Girl hospital gown, which I thought was kind of interesting. American Girl clothes, when you buy it brand new, it's crazy expensive. And so people do still spend pretty good money on it. It's gone down lately, but typically whenever I find it cheap, American Girl clothes, which has a tag in it, a tiny little tag that says Pleasant Company. If you find those, you're always going to do pretty well with them. I think I sold that for like $6 or something. I mean, it's just a one single little thing. Now this guy is so cool. Scooter from the Muppet Show. He's made by Fisher-Price in the 70s. I think it was 77. And he is not in good shape. He's in really sad shape. And I washed him a couple of times and I scrubbed him pretty good, but he still didn't end up being in very good shape. But even though he wasn't in good shape and he still kind of looked a little bit ratty, he still sold for 30 bucks. So he's pretty rare. So if you see Scooter in the vintage Fisher Price form anyway, he's worth a little bit of money. This Winnie the Pooh game board has not sold. Nobody is interested in this game board. It's so stinking cute, but it's not, there's no box, there's no pieces or anything like that. I think I actually got this for free. And I thought someone would be interested in it, but they just aren't. But it doesn't take any space, just on the side of a box, so I still have it. Bert and Ernie, aren't they so cute? If you notice that for a second there, Ernie's hand is missing, his other hand. But I bought this set for $1 and I sold Bert for $18. And I still haven't sold Ernie because, I don't know, no one's probably going to want to buy him because he's missing his hand. Poor Ernie. But Bert did sell for $18, and these are like the vintage 70s versions of these. This is Lizards by MC Escher. It's like a puzzle, and it's sort of rubber, like those interlocking rubber mats. But this actually sold for $25 or $24. I took an offer on it, and I paid $1 for it, so that was a pretty cool find. MC Escher and Keith Haring both sell really well. Pretty much any interesting thing of theirs you can find. This is a vintage Disney. I thought it was a sheet. It was actually a curtain. But vintage Disney sheets sell for really well. Some of them over $100. This was a curtain, and it wasn't a design that I could find anywhere on eBay. So I just thought, oh, I'll just put it up there for 25 bucks. Which I think was a mistake because it sold in probably 10 minutes for 25 bucks. And so probably I put it up a little bit too low. Probably lost quite a bit of money in that. I would, in the future, if I had something like that, I would put it on auction at what I want to get for it. Like I would start it at 25 bucks and then see where it goes. This little doll here is a 60s Dawn doll, or I think 1970 actually. And I found a few of these, and I consistently get $10 to $15 for them. If they have outfits and if they're in good shape, $10 to $15. And you can usually find them at garage sales, you know, anywhere between $0.25 and $1. This little book, I usually don't get Norman Rockwell stuff because nobody's really into it anymore. For a while, that was a huge thing, but it's been a long time. But I actually have this book as like my school memories book that my mom made for me. So when I saw one that was empty, I just, you know, nostalgia. You pick some stuff up sometimes that isn't going to do great for you. But I did actually sell this, I think, for $12. But it's a pretty fun little book, and, you know, brings back a lot of memories for me because this is my book. So I thought it was pretty neat. I sat on it for a while. I probably had this for 3 or 4 months, but it did finally sell for $12. And then the last thing is a pressed fairy book. Lady Coddington's Pressed Fairies. And it comes with a bookmark and stuff. You'll see it in a second. And it's just kind of an interesting book I ran into. And I thought, oh, someone would probably be interested in this. And I ended up selling it for 10 bucks. I bought it for $1, ended up selling it for 10 bucks. But so overall, everything that I have here, I figured out that I paid $39.50 for everything I got here. And I sold everything for $349. So that's not exactly profit because, you know, there's fees and whatnot involved and packaging and all that. I charge shipping, so $349 is actual item amount. And then, so there's no big home runs here, but there's a lot of stuff that I really enjoy finding and selling because it's things that are nostalgic to people, and that's what gets me excited to sell on eBay. I sell other stuff too that isn't toys, that's not as fun, so I don't make videos about it. And I do pretty well on some of that stuff, but the toys, it's the stuff that, you know, gets me excited about eBay and keeps me selling on eBay. So thanks for watching this, guys. Let me know down in the comments below if you liked this kind of thing, if you've had any cool toy finds and sales on eBay lately. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.